Welcome everyone to Ep.4 of Over the Line. This week, the main thing going on is the Masters starting tomorrow, Sunday. Um, Biggest weekend in golf, I would say. I don't think there's anything else more famous, honestly. Um, and we also have some MLB. We have some NASCAR. Just your usual suspects. You'll see that a lot this summer for us as we try to claw our way till football season. Um, it's gonna be hard, but we'll get there. We'll have plenty of stuff to bet on. But like I said, we had the Masters this weekend, so that'll be fun to bet on. Anyone got anything from last weekend? Any praises or anyone they're pissed off at?
Actually,
I hit probably
money.
one at a time, fellas. One at a time.
Someone's mad and someone's happy.
You got it, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, go ahead and piss us off first.
Mostly mad. I can't bet anything except for F1 right now, and that was just because I picked the most obvious bets. Like,
Hey,
so
sometimes you got to see them go in, though.
I'm on about as cold of a streak as possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, same. That was the only thing I made money on this weekend was NASCAR, and I barely was positive for NASCAR. Even hitting a top 10 parlay just because I picked 3 favorites, and I hit a Denny Hamlin top 3 bet somehow.
Hell yeah.
It's now a motorsports podcast.
Yeah, sure
We are
seems
now.
like it, which really makes me obsolete. I'll tell you what. I did. I sent this to you guys. You know about this, but I had a nice little cash out on an NBA bet. I got to 4 out of 5. Tucked a little $50 on down a $5 bet. We'll take that every day of the week, but. Luckily, did that before the Lakers did not quite get it done against the Warriors last week. So, but in general, happy with that. Definitely won me all my money back plus more. So,
yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen, so I'm kind of glad. I was happy that you cashed out on that.
Yeah.
When you sent that, I was like, "Damn, that's a nice
It's like,
payout."
do I cash this? And they're like, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but I didn't have a great weekend. But this weekend's different. I feel like I'm seeing the board on the Masters right now. I said that about March Madness, and I just really kind of just broke even. So
Duke is, by the way, that's our gripe that we need to talk about.
Oh,
outside of Jake,
Oh my
who
God.
still managed to get beat because Florida still beat,
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Auburn.
frustrating.
But man, Duke, there's nothing. They are never as good at basketball as they are at choking. That's ultimately what it comes down to. No matter how good at basketball they are, they're better at choking. So that's what it comes down to.
I was super close to getting both the upsets on
I
that.
know.
Auburn at halftime, I was feeling real good about the Auburn pick.
Yeah.
And then,
I was watching. I was like, Jake is about to clean house on us so hard, and then Florida won, and I'm like, damn.
yeah.
Everyone's talking about, like, at the end, Duke choking, but let's talk about the fact that Houston got this last 7 rebounds. How does that happen?
I saw
I was
it
gonna-
7
yeah.
consecutive rebounds.
I think
Okay.
it's like the fact that they had a shitty conference that they played in this year, so they didn't really have much competition. So when Houston was like ready to get down and try to scoop out the win, they just couldn't handle it.
Yeah. And then the only thing worse than Duke choking, though, is imagine if you had Houston to win it all, and with that last possession with 19 seconds left, and you don't get a shot.
What was that?
One of the worst offensive possessions.
The shot wasn't
college
even going to be
basketball history.
bad. I don't know why he didn't shoot it.
He thought he was about to get packed into the upper deck, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And he got scared.
At least he would have had a chance to get a foul call.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
if it gets blocked, there's still like 10 seconds. You can go back.
Instead he's like dropping it. Oh, can't touch it.
yeah. And then he tries to box out so his teammate can get the ball, and it was just like, dude.
It looked
Yeah,
like
that
the
was a
wildest
shit show.
thing. God, worst thing on the planet.
That's college basketball, like summed up.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true. A lot of college basketball is hard to watch. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of it is.
It was like, man, this looks really great, and then something like that happens, and you're like, oh, okay, there it is. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into our bets this week. We'll kick it off with our our MLB picks. There's only 5 or 6 games.
I think it's 6
tomorrow.
games tomorrow.
Yeah, so really not much to pick from. Um, I only have 5 for some reason, so one of the games might not have been on there yet, but I'll go ahead and go through. I have a parlay of the Guardians money line. They're playing the White Sox. They're playing the White Sox.
They're playing the White Sox.
Yeah, so the Rays, the Angels. I like Tyler Ward. I think they have some good players. I don't. What are the Angels going to do? What are they going to like? What do they need to do to become relevant? I mean, they got Mike Trout and they're like doing nothing. Like,
And they need to let all the non-Mike Trout contracts fall off the books that they
Yeah.
are paying for.
Yeah,
And
they're stuck paying Anthony Rendon to be a
yeah, that is
like
man.
less than part-time player.
Yeah, but I got the Rays over the Angels. I had the Royals plus 1.5 over the Twins. I think the Royals are getting beat like 3-0 right now, so hopefully they want to bounce back tomorrow. I had the Blue Jays money line against the Red Sox. Just a nice in-division game. Hopefully,
congrats to Vladdy, by the way.
yeah, congrats to him. He did
Yeah.
get paid. Hopefully, Ellie De La Cruz is next. And then Phillies plus 1.5 against the Braves. I think they just took the lead back to that era just a minute ago in that game. So Braves, I don't know what happened.
It's only 10 games.
I know. I just don't know what's going on. Phillies are looking pretty
Yeah.
good already. So take all 5 of those, and that's at plus 977.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, Shane, what you got?
All right, I'm with you on the Cleveland game. Take them minus 1.5 against the White Sox because the White Sox are not really an organization.
Yeah,
The Rays, again, the Angels have had a good start to the season record-wise, but like, are any of us expecting that to actually continue? Probably not.
They
Realistically,
beat a lot of bad teams.
it's very, very true.
Yeah.
They're kind of that like. There's the really bad teams and the Angels right above them, and then the rest of baseball above them. It's like this weird kind of
Yeah.
middle tier. Got the Twins minus 1.5. Again, the Royals are disappointing me a little bit so far. I'm not gonna lie; they were kind of if you guys remember, my AL pick
Yeah.
for get to the World Series. Better kick it in high gear here soon. But I don't think it's gonna happen in that game. Brewers minus 1.5 over Colorado because again, Colorado. Boston plus 1.5 against Toronto. I think that this should be a pretty close game in my opinion. They're hoping to get more out of Walker Buehler as a starter there. And then to finish it off, I got the Phillies plus 1.5 as well for where's the odds on that overall? Was plus 6,818 on that one.
nice. I like that. I agree with a lot of that. I think your parlay is very similar to mine. You just
There's a couple
you
differences.
took the
yeah.
run lines.
Yeah.
So, all right, Jake, you said you got MLB picks.
Yeah, I also did a 6-leg parlay, but I think mine are a little different. At least 2 of them. I took the White Sox money line at plus 190. I just don't think Cleveland's that good.
Okay.
I think the AL Central is all just really mediocre.
Oh, I mean every year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the NL Central too.
Yeah.
I think the Royals will climb out and
I think so.
finish with a good year, but I don't have that much faith in Cleveland. And I think Chicago is not saying much, but they're a little bit better than last year. They're not going to get blown
They
out.
can't be worse, right? It's impossible. They're going to break the record 2 years in a row. We think, right, guys? That'd be crazy.
They could.
That
That
would
might
bring
be
all the
it might be the
prospects up.
Rockies this year that do it. The Rockies are really,
Oh, Rockies are bad.
but yeah, I got Chicago there. I took the Angels plus 114 against the Rays. I saw highlights from their game last night. That's just a weird stadium. But I saw like 3 different plays where players are just dropping like routine fly balls because the lights are different, I guess. I don't know. The Rays are kind of getting off to a little bit of a slow start. The Angels are on a hot start. I don't think it's going to last, but I think I'm going to take them at plus odds here. I got the Royals money line minus 122 against the Twins. I just think the Royals are better. I took the Brewers money line minus 115 against Colorado. After starting the year like shit and having that guy piss in the concourse, Milwaukee's starting to turn things around, and
Oh,
Rockies
you're
are bad.
freezing up there, Jake. I think
Can you guys hear me now?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fine on my end.
Okay.
All right.
I also got the Red Sox
me.
money line minus 112, and then and then I took the Phillies at plus 105. And so all 6 of those come out to plus 8,092.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, there he is. There's Shane. All right, we're all good.
Am I the problem, guys?
Yeah, I think you were, but
damn.
I think we're good now. I know it's all right.
oh
We'll
It's
move
okay.
on from baseball. I don't bet,
Yes.
but I do have a baseball gripe.
Let's hear it.
So I've been trying these. DraftKings has been doing these like daily,
Home
like
runs.
no sweat home run bets,
Yes.
and I'm 0 for 3 this week. It's been really rough, and like I'm even like taking like decent guys. I'm mad. I avoided the Cardinals Pirates game the other night because Paul Skeens was pitching, and then all of a sudden a bunch of Cardinals had good games. I think there were a couple home runs.
Yeah.
And then instead, like, I've missed on like Tommy Edman, who's having a good year. Of course, didn't hit a home run. Manny Machado at the A's Little League Park and didn't hit a home run. Who else did I miss on? Jordan Walker against the Pirates the other night. Yeah, it's been rough.
You know what? Let's cook something up tomorrow, Dalton. For
Let's do
that,
it.
and we'll do it. Jake, watching A's games at home reminds me of like there would be like some nights in the summer. It feels like where it'll be like Pac-12 baseball. Well, what used to be Pac-12 baseball, like 10:30 at night,
Rip.
and it's just like pitch black, and it just reminds me of that. Like it's just like Division I college baseball. But
you know what's crazy is the A's got I think like 10,000 fans for a Wednesday afternoon game, which isn't a sellout, but it's still more than I think they had on any like weekday game in Oakland.
are they doing that out of support or why? Like, what is it, or is it just like,
In Sacramento?
yeah,
Uh
or is it like easier?
no,
to get to the
it's a lot
games?
of it's kind of like what the Raiders Stadium is now, where it's just a lot of visiting fans. Because like there was like I was watching this afternoon the game, and you could hear like just "Let's go Padres" chants and stuff. It's hard because for Sacramento, it's not like their team.
Yeah,
Like they're not calling themselves the Sacramento Athletics or
Yeah.
really anything like that.
Crazy about
So
it.
it's. I'm gonna stop before I start rambling about the A's more than I will. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know how else to explain it. The park itself is pretty nice. It's just like
yeah, it looks
you
nice
can't
for what it
expect
is.
like
But
yeah, you just
But
can't.
in the Tough Shed media,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
area.
stuff.
it's going to discolor after a month in the sun.
Yeah, I'm really just curious if they have air conditioning in there because it gets hot.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Can't
hot.
possibly.
When I was looking at the picture, there was like nowhere for air to get in or out. Like you open up the door, that's the only time. All right.
Yeah.
So, Dalton, we'll cook something up and we'll tweet it out from the account.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now let's go ahead and get into NASCAR and F1. Dalton, go ahead and kick us off. We have the Food City 500 this weekend. What do you got?
At the Bristol Blender this week. So short little track. So that means Chevys. Hendrick cars usually do pretty well at this track. I'm taking Chase Elliott to win at plus 850. He has won here before, and he usually drives pretty well at Bristol. I like him. I think getting plus 850 at Bristol is really good value. compared to the rest of the field. And then another guy who has success at Bristol, has a win at Bristol, and also just driving his ass off this year. Chris Boucher at plus 700 to finish top 3. I think that's really good value. Wouldn't be surprised if he won it the way he's driving this year. And then my last one, I'm taking Joey Logano, or I got my last straight up bet is Joey Logano to finish top 5 at plus 225. Has a couple wins at this track. Not driving his best right now, but he's still consistently a pretty solid driver, and I think getting in the top 5 shouldn't be. I think it's good enough value to bet on him to finish top 5 this week. And then I got a 3-pick top 10 parlay. A little juicier odds this week. Taking Ty Gibbs, despite the fact that he's not driving super well this year. He drives really well at short track, especially Bristol. I think he'll crack the top 10. I got Ty Gibbs, Chase Briscoe, another guy that drives well at Bristol. Another guy that doesn't drive well, or that hasn't been driving well this year, but drives well at Bristol, Brad Keselowski. Those 3 guys to finish top 10 at plus 573 if they all finish top 10.
Nice. I like that. And Shane, Jake, did you guys have anything for NASCAR?
Not for NASCAR, no.
No, Shane. I just thought I asked. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you have some.
One of these times I'm going to pull out like a 12-leg parlay of some bullshit.
Yeah.
And Dalton's going to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sometimes you do. I just thought
Shane's gonna have a 12-leg top 10 parlay.
Yeah, somehow I'm in there, and I'm gonna win somehow because 2 of them are gonna be like disqualified or something, so it's void, and the other 10 will make it in.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway,
I started offer before I give my pick.
There you go. I appreciate it.
I have one pick this week. I'm going. So this guy has won 3 times since 2018. Last time he won was 2022, so he's due. It's Kyle Busch. I'm taking him to go top 3 at plus 550. I'm keeping it safe on this one because NASCAR has not been my friend. So I'm just taking him top 3. I like it at plus 550, especially with his success at this race in the past. So that's my one pick. Hopefully C won't go through the hoop this weekend. So that is NASCAR. I know we do have some F1, so Jake, go ahead. Kick us off.
I just got a couple this week. Pretty safe picks, to say the least. I got Max Verstappen to finish top 2 at plus 120. I just can't really believe that that's plus odds. He's just by far the best driver. I have McLaren double podium, so just 2 of the top 3. I think it's definitely going to be both McLaren drivers in the top 3, and then Verstappen will be the other driver. That's what it was last week. That kind of feels like how the rest of the season is going to go. McLaren has the fastest car, so their drivers are usually at the top because Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are pretty good, but Verstappen is just in a league of his own, no matter the car. And then my last one, I have a double top 6 finish for Mercedes, for both their drivers to get in the top 6. Their drivers have, for some reason, been finishing right next to each other throughout the season so far. Like they're finishing 6, 7, 4, 5, stuff like that. But they're consistently near the top. They're not good enough to really threaten for a podium, but I could see them finishing like 4 or 5 this week, or 5 and 6 or something. It's kind of what they've been doing the first 3 races. But yeah, that's at minus 140. The McLaren double podium was minus 225, and the Verstappen top 2 was plus 120. I'm not doing a parlay because the 2 minus odds kind of kill any value there, but they just feel like safe picks. It feels like the rest of the season is going to be pretty predictable.
Yeah, they're like the Padres, kind of.
Sure,
Mercedes.
I can understand.
Like
that one.
they're right there, but they just can't get to the top. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just Verstappen is just dominating F1 like LeBron or Tom Brady dominate the NBA and NFL.
There you go.
All right, and that's our F1. Let's just keep it going, Jake. Why don't you go ahead and give us your soccer picks?
All right.
You got anything good for me this time, Jake? Got any good names for me?
Just now these are pretty common. Just for these are both for Champions League matches on Wednesday.
Okay.
So it'll be a couple hours before we record next week. And these are not for aggregate, just for the second leg. I have Madrid to win at minus 135 against Arsenal. They're down 3-0 right now, so I don't think they're going to come all the way back from that, but I could see them winning like by a goal or something. And then I have a draw at plus 255 between Inter Milan and Bayern Munich.
Okay.
This is 2-1 Milan right now. These teams are just really, really evenly matched. And the odds of one of them specifically winning, which I could see happening, just aren't very good. But a draw, which they would have had if it wasn't for a goal in like the 89th minute in the first leg, just being this high value feels pretty good. But yeah, it's just those two.
All right.
All right.
Nothing crazy this week as far as names, so I think we're
Nah, yeah, I've heard of all
Yeah.
those places before, all those things.
Just wait, I'm gonna come in with like some Scottish league picks or something.
Oh, give it to me.
Yeah. All right, Dalton, you have NHL, right?
Not this week. Next week I'll have NHL
Playoff
and
picks
NBA
and
for the
stuff, yeah.
playoffs.
All right,
I have a
that's
whole
right.
system for the playoffs.
Okay. All right, don't
next
say any more. Just keep it for next
It's got
week.
a system, does he?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
I thought someone had NHL picks. I'm sorry.
I have a couple.
Okay, go ahead, Jake.
Jake's like,
Just
what
keep
about
it-
me, bro?
Keep it
What about
rolling,
me?
Jake. Keep it rolling.
Just rattle them off.
Yeah.
I just have a little 3-leg for tomorrow. I'm really, at this point in the year, only betting on teams that still are like desperate for a playoff spot.
Makes sense.
I don't think any of these teams are making it, but they're not mathematically eliminated, so I expect them to play harder than the teams they're playing who are. Well, the first one, I got the Red Wings money line against Florida. Florida's not eliminated, but they kind of know where they're going to be in the playoffs. That's a plus 170. I feel like Florida could start resting guys soon. And Detroit's been good this year, but they're still trying to get into the second wild card spot. And I think it's decent value. And then I have the Rangers money line at minus 105 against the Islanders. The Islanders are already eliminated as far as I know. The Rangers probably not going to make it either, but not eliminated yet. And I think they're the better team anyway. And then I took Utah minus 1.5 at plus 124 odds against Nashville. Utah also is in desperation mode. They're somehow not eliminated either, but even if they weren't, I'd probably still take them over Nashville because Nashville's been bad this year. And just to win by 2 goals is plus 124, which feels like pretty solid value. And then those three in a parlay comes out to plus 1,080.
Boom. I just trailed that. Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
We're doing it live.
Yeah, I just put that in live. I loved it. All right. All right, now I know we can get into something here. NBA. Dalton, go ahead and kick us off. What do you got in the NBA?
I don't have any NBA this week.
Oh, dude, I thought you had NBA.
I just said I
you're
don't have
That's right,
NBA
that's
and
right,
NHL
that's
next week.
That's right. That's right. Shane has NBA.
This is a professional.
I know it.
Professional show, everybody. We do
This
a
is
good job.
a $1 million production.
We really plan all these out super hard. We spend hours in the lab before each show talking to each other about it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I have a couple bets. Only a couple games tomorrow that I was able to get odds on, but I'll take Pacers minus 9.5. Knicks are expected to, not Knicks, sorry. Cavaliers are supposed to rest their major players. I think that Pacers are still trying to get positioning in the playoffs, so they're going to be playing hard. I think they can take care of business against the backups of the Cavs, as good as the Cavs are. Detroit minus 4.5 at home against the Knicks. I have a feeling, I think they're, if I'm not mistaken, when I was looking at it, they're in a collision course for the first round, if I'm not mistaken there. And I have a feeling the Pistons are going to pull it out. I don't know. The Knicks, I just can't get behind a Thibodeau playoff team, man. Like, those guys are always so just tired, dragged out by the end of the year. Like, I worry about them in the playoffs. And then Minnesota plus 1 at Memphis. I've given up on my Grizzlies. Basically, is the reasoning behind that one. So, and that's plus 601. So for me, very light, but it still gets the job done.
All right, love it.
Nice.
Jake, you have NBA or no?
I found a couple while Shane was talking.
All right, let's hear it. That's what this is about.
Two of them are the same. I have the Pacers -9 because Cavs are sitting players,
Yep.
and Pacers have a lot to play for. Pistons -5 also. I like what I see from Detroit this year, and I also don't trust Thibodeau either. So, kind of an agreement there. I did take the Grizzlies money line at -115. I might just take the -1 instead because it's at -110, but. I see the reason in not trusting the Grizzlies, but I also don't see a reason to trust the Timberwolves either.
That's fair.
And they are coming off a brutal loss.
I guess at least
20-point fourth quarter choke.
I guess at least for the Timberwolves, their best player doesn't always find a way to like do something related to guns.
Throw grenades into the crowd.
Where there's actual
was
guns
was that real or
gun.
was that AI?
It was real. It was
The
real, but
grenade
it
throw.
kind of looked like too HD to be real.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way he just threw that and then covered his ears. Or the ref was just like, all right, that's cool. That's better than you pointing finger guns.
Which, like,
You know what? I kind of respect it because at this point, like, you know,
yeah.
it's not a gun.
Yeah.
only my team could draft a point guard as good as him, and then him be an absolute buffoon all the time. Like, whatever. Point is, we'll see them again next year. We'll see if they want to do something. But R.I.P. Taylor Jenkins, you kind of deserved it probably. So
At least the Grizzlies weren't the only team to.
yeah, the Nuggets, man. Sure.
Yeah,
I think your team might have given them the courage.
Yeah, you know what they're like. You know what the
Like,
Grizzlies did?
someone else
It's like,
did it,
don't
like-
listen to them. Don't do what they do. Don't do the shit that they do, bro. Like, I'm not even saying they're wrong for doing it, but like, don't repeat what they're doing just because they did it. Like, anyway, Jokic, man, is probably like, what the hell are we doing?
You know a cool fact I saw today? The Grizzlies interim coach, I forget his first name, but he's the son of an old Kings coach. And his first game as the Nuggets coach is at the Kings tonight.
It's pretty
Thought
cool.
that was a weird coincidence.
those are the sports facts you love to hear.
Was there any explanation of why that guy was fired? Like,
They lost 4 games in a row, and they're insane people.
it's insane. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Recency bias.
Apparently,
Is that the streak where they were losing like on a buzzer beater every night?
something like that. But I think the what I heard was that their reasoning is basically that they want to win a championship this year, and they think they can, but they don't think they can do it with him coaching the team.
So why wouldn't you? All right.
This is good. Yeah, Case. I'm not saying they're right. I'm just saying that's what I heard is that they're like, we think we can win it this year, but not if he's coaching.
Are they just thinking like the fired head coach? Are they just trying to like ride
Get
the
the fired
fired
head
head
coach
bump
bump.
into
Yeah.
the,
I think they are.
wild.
Yeah.
You know what?
But
Hey,
here's the thing:
They're gonna double down and put the janitor in. They're gonna put him in as the next head coach.
They're gonna play hard for this guy.
well, they fired the GM too. I'm thinking they fired the head coach, and the GM was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
And
apparently those
they're
two
like-
hated each other. Like
Really?
hated each other. Yeah, like badly. So they were thought. There's been thoughts about one of them going at some point, and then they decided to just clean house entirely. So,
3 games before the playoffs.
incredible stuff. I respect it.
Might be a genius move to ride the
we're gonna hit the.
Yeah.
We're just gonna try to hit the coach bump all the way to the finals. Incredible stuff.
I just can't wait to see Ja Morant calling like a precision airstrike or something.
Oh, I can't wait for it. He's gonna go on a kill streak. And play.
Yeah.
He's gonna call it like a cluster.
He's gonna
strike.
call. He's gonna call. He's gonna get a 20. He's gonna get his 25th point calling a nuke, and then
Yeah, this is fucking insane.
RCXD.
yeah,
You're bringing the dogs from.
yeah.
Just open up the door and just flood the arena. Oh my god. Anyway,
All right. let's go ahead and get into why we're all here. We have the Masters this weekend in Georgia. Um, have you ever seen like what the outside of the Masters looks like?
It's silly.
Yeah, it's like butted up against like a bad part of town. Like it's like when you see like
Maps.
like a freshwater like river meet an ocean or something like that. It's just like right up next to it. But
It's like University of Maryland campus, or any major college campus for that matter. That's in like a kind of a metropolitan area. You just have this beautiful college campus, and you walk 2 blocks to the left, and it's just scary.
Dude, some of the universities in Pittsburgh, dude, they're so
Pitt.
funny. Yeah, Pitt.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny. It's,
You have Pitt, which is nice, and then immediately you're in Oakland. And
Oakland is just it's a mess, man.
Yeah.
It's something else sometimes. It's very funny driving through there. Yeah, I don't know.
Is Oakland a tough city in Pennsylvania too?
It's part of it's a section of Pittsburgh. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little like subsection of it. There's
First name.
Oakmont. Obviously, you guys, Oakmont, Oakland. There's all. It's
Oakland is rough.
yeah, it can be.
okay, I might be wrong about that thing about the Masters, but it does butt up against like a neighborhood. Like I don't know.
It doesn't look like
Yeah,
but
I don't
it's
know.
not what I would have expected it to.
That's on me. That's
Like, it
on
looks
me.
like-
Hand up.
This street looks like it could be like
Yeah.
Main Street. Like,
God, I need to just throw something out here real quick. The White Sox lost because Mike Tauchman hurt his hamstring on the way to scoring the tying run on against the
No
Guardians.
way.
They're creating new ways to lose. He literally popped his hammy on the way to score. Insane stuff. Oh no,
It
That's
happens.
brutal.
God. I'm feeling better about my Guardians pick tomorrow.
was he not close enough to just like limp back to third?
Yeah, at
guess
that point
not.
you just roll.
You gotta just go full.
Start
bore,
army
just-
crawling to third.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and
God.
get our Masters picks here.
He's like, let's move on, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I have 2 picks for Masters. I figured we'd all just go ahead and we'll give out a pick, go around the room, give out another pick each. If you
I like
have
it.
multiple. I'll kick us off here. There was a sportsbook that had a to make the cut, like free bet kind of like a no sweat kind of deal.
Mhm.
So I did a 10-leg parlay of guys to make the cut, but it's only a plus 514. So
Oh.
it's nothing super juicy, but I'm trying to build a bankroll so I
That's
can,
fair. No, I get it.
yeah. So I got Scotty Scheffler. These are all to make the cut. Scotty Scheffler, Rory, obviously he's been playing great. Minwoo Lee just won the Texas Open or whatever that was called a couple weeks ago. Brooks Koepka, Spieth, Xander Schauffele, Oberg. Even though I do have a gripe. Pause from last week. My parlay for golf, I said, watch, this is what's going to happen is Oberg's going to go like, he's going to be like 40-something place going into Saturday. Dude didn't even make the cut. So, but I'm
Never
going to
stood a
bet,
chance.
I'm going to bet on him to make the cut this weekend. And then I got Morikawa, John Rahm, and Victor Hovland. All these guys to make the cut at plus 514.
Nice.
Dalton, what do you got?
So, because like the one DraftKings boost was like, we'll match your make the cut bet. So I took 2 make the cut bets. I'll give one of them. Here, the first one that they gave me, and I just used the ones that they already had made on the site.
Okay.
It's Matsuyama, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed, Phil Mickelson, and Bubba Watson, all to
Wow.
make the cut at plus 679. I don't hate it. I mean, Phil's going to be the one that kills it, but
For sure.
you never know. He might be able to just, chip his way to an old man golf his way to, even par and making the cut?
Old man golf this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he get to play like the senior tees?
That'd be sick.
All right. Jake, what do you got? What's your first bet for this weekend?
I'm just going Rory McIlroy to win at plus 650. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen this year. I can't.
It's fair.
It's got to happen at some point. So
You think?
yeah, I'm just wrong with that.
All right.
Like that.
My first one I'm gonna throw out there. I'm gonna do my winner first here too. Colin Morikawa, plus 1,600 to win. I think if you look at what he's done there, past few years, finished 5th, tied for 10th, tied for 3rd last year. He plays this course really well, and he's been real good this year so far. Bunch of top 3 finishes. I think a couple actually like three top 2s, top 10, top set. Like he's played pretty good golf outside of a couple tournaments, and I think that he has as good a shot as anybody to take it home. Plus $1,600, I'll take that.
I like that. I actually also took that. I also took Morikawa to win at plus 1,600. A lot of the same reasons you said.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where, one, I don't think there's anyone else that I was like really jonesing to bet on to win.
Yeah, I was looking at it, and yeah.
And also, I think Morikawa is kind of at that point where you almost have to keep betting on him to win the Masters until he does it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're up then, Casey.
Oh, yep.
Chasey.
Sorry, I was looking.
Victories, bro.
So, Dalton, on that DraftKings one, did you get multiple?
Yeah, so I also got the Pardon My Take friend of the show make the cut parlay.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if you could. I thought it was just a one-time, like they'll match your bet.
So they match your bet, so you place it and then you get a bonus bet. So I placed a bet on a make the cut parlay, and then they gave me a bonus bet. So I was like, I'll place it on another make the cut parlay.
Gotcha. All right, never mind. I don't know why I was confused by that. So my next bet, this is my last one. This guy, I'm going top 5, and speaking of Pardon My Take, I did listen to him on there because I wanted to hear what he had to say about him winning in the Texas Open. And plus, I like to listen to Australian people talk. I think it's like hilarious.
Just in general.
Yeah. So
put it on my TV. I'll listen.
Yeah. Top 5. I went Minwoo Lee at plus 750, and I got a boost from that. So I got it at plus 938 because there was a plus 25% on a random boost I got. So when I was listening to him talk, he said that this is probably him just instilling confidence in himself. So I should have took this with a grain of salt, and I'm really recency biased right now since he won, and then I'm hearing him talk. But he said that this course it fits perfect to his play style. He's like he loves the game on the course, and he's like you have to really be cognizant of where you're hitting the ball, and he's like you have to be 2 steps ahead, and he's like that's perfect for how I play. And I was like, dude, this guy's gonna win it, but let me hold on. Top 5, love it.
All right.
I like it. So speaking of the Pardon My Take interview, I'm taking the Pardon My Take friend of the show parlay. It's 7 guys: Max Homa, Brooks Koepka, Scotty Scheffler, Will Zalatoris, Minwoo Lee, John Rahm, and Xander Schauffele to all make the cut at plus 570. I'd be shocked if any of those guys didn't make the cut, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. My 10 leg, I'm like, there's no way this is not going to hit, but I know that
one of them's getting
Yeah.
I know. You know it is.
One of them's going to like fall out of the cart or something and get hurt. Something's just going to happen. Or no, they don't. They can't cart.
Yeah, they can't.
They're going to fall behind on their pace. They're going to get kicked out.
Yeah, you're like, you're too slow. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get in better shape coming next year.
Does anyone else have any other picks? Because
I do. I have a couple.
You have a couple. Cool.
I have one more winner and just a top 10 parlay.
Oh, You got it, Jake.
All right. I'll do the top 10 parlay. I have Colin Morikawa at plus 130. You guys kind of already talked about him, but I
Yeah.
feel pretty confident in that.
Mhm.
I got Bryson DeChambeau at plus 150, top 10. This is one of the only times you get to see him on the
Yeah.
tour, so I think he's going to show out. I honestly can't remember if he has a Masters win under his belt, but I know he has a couple
Couple
majors.
majors, no masters, so.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah. I think this could be a year where he goes and gets his first master. He's been able to win on big stages before. And at plus 150 for top 10, it just feels like good value. And then a little bit better odds, I took Brooks Koepka at plus 240 to get in the top 10 as well.
Nice.
And then those three together come out to plus 1,855.
There you go.
I like that a lot. I actually really like that bet. Might have to try that.
There you go.
Felt like good odds for all of them.
Yeah, and those are just guys I like betting on too. So
Always helps.
yeah.
Uh,
Also,
I-
DeChambeau. Sorry,
there you go.
DeChambeau. I think if he won this week, I think he'd either have the Grand Slam or be one away.
Yeah, I forget if he's just missing the Masters or if he's missing. Did he win the British Open?
He won the British Open and he
Okay.
won the U.S. Open.
Right. I don't remember if he won.
So he's won the U.S. Open twice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't won the other two.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, there you go. I have a special from FanDuel here is my second one here. This one's plus 1,600 for Scheffler, McIlroy, and John Rahm, all to finish in the top 5, including ties.
Oh,
So, like, obviously 3 guys who are all going to be popular winner bets.
Yeah.
If they all have the weekend that we all expect them to and can get themselves up into a contention there, they might all hit. And that might still be able to let me have the actual winner, Morikawa, in my case, still win that one because 2 spots still that could be taken up. So I like that one a lot.
who were the three again?
Scheffler, McIlroy, and Rahm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
If
So,
those are all in the top 5, that'll be a fun.
yeah, it should be a fun weekend if all of them are competing. So
I like that. You said that is including the tie?
yeah, so they could tie.
I'm
And,
not quite
yeah,
sure
good.
how to help you with that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My freaking Alexa right here just went
Alexa's like,
off.
I'll tell you how to
Yeah.
bet on the
I
Masters.
know,
Give me a
what the
second.
hell?
Alexa, give me winning bets for the
Yeah.
Masters, please.
Get out of my freaking space, Jeff Bezos.
Get out of here,
Trying to get some picks.
Yeah.
Picks. Yeah, he doesn't need it. Casey, did you have any other bets for the
No,
Masters?
I just had
Okay.
those two. I'm gonna live bet. As
Yeah, of
it's
course,
going on.
of course. Don, you have anything else?
So I got a couple left. So I got Will Zalatoris to finish top 10 at plus 378. I got a little odds boost on that one. And yeah, I mean, Zalatoris, he just really consistently plays well at the Masters. Like, unless he gets hurt, there's no way he's not finishing top 10. Like, that's for sure going to hit. That's probably the bet I feel the best about this week. And then you guys have a couple more.
You have any more, Jake?
Yeah, I just have one more. I was also going to bet Scotty Scheffler to win at plus 400.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that was it, though.
He's gonna have to win one of these times, right?
Yeah.
We keep doing it. I have just a top 20 parlay as well left. So Morikawa I threw in there just because I think he's going to win the whole thing. So I'll just take him at minus 220. Hideki Matsuyama, also a winner of this tournament before, obviously, back in 2021, I believe it was. Minus 115. He's done pretty well here in general on top of that win. And then popular name from you guys earlier, Minwoo Lee to finish in the top 20 as well. I think all of those guys have a really good shot of making it into the top 10, honestly, but it's definitely 20 at plus 525 for those three. I think it's pretty good.
Really good value for that.
Yeah.
All right, and then my last one, Jordan Spieth to finish top 5 at plus 500. I really like the value on this. And
There
also,
you go.
weird thing about Spieth, the last few years, every other year, he either finishes top 5 or he misses the cut.
Yeah,
Last
he can't
year,
make up
missed
his
the
mind.
cut. This year, He's finishing top 5.
There you go.
And that's kind of the way he plays. I mean, even this year, it's been a really good finish or a shit show.
Yeah, it's
I
either the
think
worst
this is gonna
guy
be-
there. It's just great.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
one of
fun.
those good weeks. I feel.
Hopefully. I hope so. I want Speed to be good. I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Former winner.
I know he's won this tournament before.
So speaking of former winners, so you guys good on your bets?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of former winners, and then we have the Masters coming up. We talked about the food a little bit. Let's go through. So you guys know how like the previous winner gets to pick the dinner before the next year's match or whatever.
Yep.
You bet
Let's
on that?
No.
I was like, I'll bet on it.
I was looking though, but let's go through the. I wanted to go through the menu with you guys and see what you guys thought here.
I love this. I love the idea of this.
Okay, so for the appetizers, cheeseburger sliders.
Okay.
And this is served Scotty style, so whatever that
Oh,
means.
I don't know if I love the
Yeah.
idea of that. But all right.
Now I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
Scotty style.
Like, does it have like chips
What
on it or
does that
something?
mean?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Alright.
Firecracker shrimp.
Okay.
Okay. So those are appetizers. Those are crazy appetizers. Like
I
awesome,
respect
but
it.
like
Though. I respect it.
crazy.
I found the Scotty style
Okay,
burger
what is it?
sliders.
Okay, what is it?
It's just burgers with fries on top.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah! I can.
Yeah,
I can work with
okay.
That
that.
actually is really good.
Yeah,
You
I
ever
can
put it
work
on
with that.
slider? It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can work
I'm
with
sorry. There was one more appetizer here.
that. Okay.
Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites.
I don't know what that is, but I'm
Sounds
interested.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued for sure.
Reminds me of like Chef Boyardee, right?
Yeah, hopefully better than
or
that.
something like that. Yeah.
Especially if they're fried, like the
Oh, the fried
Wawa
ravioli.
fried
Yeah.
ravioli bites. You guys
yeah.
don't even know about Wawa, do you?
I've been there.
We're
I've
getting
frequented
them
it
by
before.
us here soon, I think. Yeah. So far he's killing it.
I like it.
Yeah. First course Texas style chili.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, he's gonna put Fritos in it. That's a plus.
Frito pie.
Yeah. Main course choice of wood-fired cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish.
All right.
Family style macaroni and cheese, jalapeno cream corn, soy glazed Brussels sprouts, chipotle lime roasted sweet potatoes. That sounds pretty good.
I'm down with it so far. Yeah.
And the dessert, warm chocolate chip skillet cookie with vanilla
Oh.
bean ice cream. Yep.
What a way to finish it off.
Is the best.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'll be there at whatever time it is. So let's go.
Yeah. So
Let's break into the Masters, guys. Let's make
Yeah.
it. No, we would get arrested forever, I think, if we did that.
yeah, that was amazing. That's masterclass right there. So
Incredible stuff here.
So we'll have to do this next year at the Masters. We'll just have to review the menu. After
For sure. Got to see what it is.
After we go over our picks, and we'll have to
Now I'm hungry.
compare.
Dude,
Dude,
I had a good
those
dinner,
sliders
so I'm
sound
still
good.
hungry. Yeah, I still am hungry. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyone else got anything they're betting on? We good? All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching episode 4 tonight. Like I said, Masters this weekend. Fun to bet live. If you just want to chill on your couch, take a nap on Sunday, wake up at like 2 o'clock and watch a few guys battling it out for the last few holes usually. So it's a good time. Live bet, have fun. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know if you follow any of our bets. We're going to cook up a home run parlay for tomorrow, and we'll have something posted out. I know a lot of the games start early, so we'll try to have it out as soon as we can. But we do appreciate you guys for watching.